Just
freezing. It's freezing. What's up, everybody? Welcome to this weekend MLS road trip stuff.
What's up? We're out on the road again.
We are on the road, and this time we were literally on the road. We got a driver today. We're feeling pretty posh here in the back seat.
You should recognize, sunglasses go on when the drivers come out.
That's right.
Yeah.
This is everyday life. No, we are on our way to Hartford, Connecticut. The USA taking on Peru in a little international friendly, so we're going to check that game out. We're going to have more on that later in the show. But right now, we're going to do a little backseat chat because there was some MLS games. There weren't many. There was a handful, but there were a couple big ones with incredible playoff implications. So those are going to be our twin takeaways. Does that sound good?
Cool, yeah. Cool. I'm ready for this.
Do you want me to
Susanna,
kick it off?
If I'm told to get in the car with you, we don't know where we're going.
That's right.
I follow.
It's an adventure. Always an adventure.
Always an adventure.
No, this is great. I love this. Okay.
What's your takeaway?
So my takeaway, guess who else, you guys? DC United, who got a huge result over the weekend, a massive 1-0 win over FC Dallas. They are now above the playoff line, people. This is all kinds of crazy. They are sitting at 44 points. They're 1 point above Montreal, who they leapfrogged in the standings. So this was beyond a huge result. And this was one of those games, Calen, where it looked like neither team was going to break through. There was a couple chances. I think Rooney had a few chances, and then FC Dallas had a couple. But it wasn't until Russell Knaus, the unlikely hero. I think this was his first MLS goal also, which is crazy.
Good timing.
Got his own rebound and just headed it right in late in the game, and it was just a massive 3 points for them. They've got Toronto FC coming up. They've got NYCFC coming up. So they're on a roll. They're on fire right now, and they're a team that I would not want to play at the moment because they can't see. Everything seems to be going their way.
Yeah, I mean they beat the top team in the West, so that should tell you something. And then I was thinking, is this the lowest amount of time or the least amount of time that a team has been above the playoff line in MLS history?
That's a really good question.
And potentially to get in.
Yeah, no, this is. I mean, I'm sure there is some crazy stat.
How you could never be above the playoff line. You see some teams
the first time all season, but this is they were at the bottom in the basement. So this is just an incredible run for them.
Yeah.
FC Dallas, on the other hand, this was a big result for them, not in a good way though. LAFC right behind them now in the standings. They've got Sporting Kansas City coming up. So this is it's going to be a crucial few weeks for them, because they want to stay on top. They want to keep that top spot, but anything can happen this time of year. It's crazy. I also have to mention, this game, there's a lot of emotion into it. Paul Arriola's father passed away, I think maybe the day before the game, so he was not there, and Russell Knaus, the goal scorer, dedicated his goal after the game to Paul Arriola's father, and it's so emotional. He has been such a key piece for this DC team all season long, and to go through something as huge as that at this time of the season with everything on the line, your heart goes out to him and his family. But what an incredible way to honor his dad, and just class move by Russell Knaus.
Yeah, well, I think a lot of times you spend so much time with the group, and it's sort of a hyperbole that the team is your family.
Yeah.
But they're going to need to help him out and get through this time as best they can.
For sure.
Because that's so terrible. So
it's awful.
But let's send our condolences to his family, and yeah, it's nice to see his teammates kind of coming around him.
100%
at a time.
100%. Okay, so that was my takeaway.
Okay, yeah. Well, let's go out to the other match with the biggest results. My Houston Dynamo, unfortunately, went down, and it was sort of a crazy game because it didn't look like it was in LA.
Yeah.
There was just so much rain.
There was a 2-hour delay because of lightning in Los Angeles.
I had a buddy at this game who was a new LAFC fan this year, and he was Instagramming from the game, being like, "Is this gonna happen again?" But people were still partying in the rain in the meantime. And Houston got off to a good start.
They sure did.
They took the lead. Manotas has been fantastic for them all season, but LAFC showed their quality throughout the match. Carlos Vela was the main man on the night with 2 goals and 2 assists. And the big takeaway for me, because this is twin takeaways,
yes,
right?
It is.
Okay, the biggest takeaway for me was to see Carlos Vela and Diamande connect on their goal, because they've had some trouble being able to find each other and really understand where their movement is in the box. And Diomande makes a nice little jab step to the near post, goes to the far post. Vela finds him. So for these guys to be clicking in the end of the season, they had to kind of cram because they haven't had a lot of time together.
Sure.
That's big for LAFC, and now they may potentially find themselves in one of those top 2 seats.
Bodes well. It's going to be interesting, you guys. It's those top 2 spots in the West. It's anything can happen.
I think LAFC's got a good shot.
I do too. We shall see. So yeah, those were our takeaways. We mentioned, as you can tell, we road tripping. We got our sunglasses on. We're taking in the beautiful fall foliage on our way to Hartford, Connecticut. So we're going to catch up with you when we get there. We're going to have more on the USA taking on Peru. Should we take a little cat nap?
I think I'm ready for a nap.
Yeah. Peace.
See ya.
Calen and I made some friends.
We did.
We made it. We made it to Hartford, Connecticut. We're here with some of the AOs. And okay, guys, USA Peru.
Yep.
Coming off, a loss to Colombia.
Yep.
You're a good team. Peru is also a good team. What are we looking for in this match?
I think we are looking for our youth to continue to excel. There's a whole new generation of U.S. soccer. We have some of our veterans on the pitch. They're going to help them progress into hopefully World Cup qualifying, into the Gold Cup next year. I love our youth. They're fantastic.
Calen, you were pro Michael Bradley being a part of this roster. You were on record as saying that. What I want you to kind of like dig into this a little.
Yeah. What's the feeling amongst your group? Because I think a lot of times there's people that are. The group that didn't qualify for the World Cup, maybe there's some resentment amongst the supporters. Do you guys feel it's important to have a mix of old amongst the new, or are you ready to just kind of distance altogether?
I won't speak for the whole group. Myself, personally, I think it's wonderful to have him around. I think he brings a wealth of experience to the national team. Kids can learn from him. He shows up every single day. He's a professional. He teaches you how to show up in training, how to work hard. I think it's going to really benefit the young guys going forward.
Mike, be honest, and I can take it. Do you watch This Week in MLS?
I do. Not every single week.
Okay, we'll take it.
Yeah, every few weeks or every couple weeks.
That makes me feel a lot better.
Yeah.
Whew.
How are you feeling for the game tonight?
Pretty comfortable. I'm not too concerned with the result. It's a friendly, so I just want to see individuals show up and at least just put on the badge with pride and give a good showing. It doesn't have to be perfect. They can make mistakes, and I can live with that. So.
All right, 1-1 draw for the U.S. against Peru in Hartford, Connecticut. Calen,
All right, we gave up a late goal,
Calen,
Susannah.
I know. Well, listen, I'm being positive here.
I drove up here for 3 points.
Positive.
Okay.
Positives, and I do believe that there were some positives to take away in this one. This was a very, very young lineup that we saw Dave Sarachan put out there.
19-year-olds,
Yeah.
20-year-olds,
And
meaningful minutes.
Yes, exactly. And despite a pretty slow first half for them, and Peru, to their credit, were putting a lot of pressure on them, they responded well in the second half, which resulted in a Josh Sargent goal, which is great. So what was your take on the young guys out there?
Well, there were a lot of them, and that's the hardest part. And we talk so much about giving these young guys a chance, letting them build together. Sometimes there's going to be some growing pains with that because it's really hard. I just remember being a young player in MLS and saying, oh, wow, I'm the new guy. And when you're playing with a bunch of new guys as a rookie, it's almost harder to find your way into the team.
Yeah.
Whereas when you actually get a chance with maybe some of the more established veterans, it's a little easier to play your role. And they have an understanding already. You get to kind of find your way in. These guys have been tasked with building it together on their own. And at times I thought it looked really good, especially with the front three. Amon, Sargent, and Weah had some nice little 1-2s. It didn't always have that final ball that would turn into a goal, but some bright moments from the front three.
For sure. Okay, so Josh Sargent now has 2 starts for the U.S. men's national team and 2 goals to go along with it. This is a kid who just he seems so composed, Calen. He just seems like he's in control. What were your thoughts on him?
Yeah, he finds his way well around the box. He understands space. He's a big guy, so he's able to hold up the ball, but he's got nice feet, so he's able to kind of take one off his chest, find a little slip ball through to Acosta. That didn't quite turn into a goal on that one, but he was able to really have a good understanding. And look, he puts his shots on frame. He's taken 2 chances. He's had 2 chances with the national team. He's got 2 goals. And this is what I wanted to see was from him. It's like He's 19 years old.
Yeah.
This is the time to do it. Give him a chance. We know Bobby Wood's a consistent, goal scorer. He can do it for the men's national team, but you already know what you're going to get from him. So to see players like Sargent, Cannon, some of these guys that haven't had a chance yet, even Long. I thought Long did play well today as well. I think he'll get another chance with the national team.
Okay, let's talk a little bit about the coaching situation, because as we know, there's been a lot of rumors, a lot of buzz going around about the U.S. men's coaching job. Yeah, don't say. And so Dave Sarachan, who's been the interim coach, guy that drafted you, responsible for this one right here. Do you think that this is the last that we will see him in charge at the helm of the U.S. men's national team?
Yes, I do think so. And I think it's time. You know, it's probably past time, to be fair. It's taken so long to be able to kind of build the mechanisms around the federation to get the right coach in. And look, now's the time to pick him. But I think Dave's done a great job, actually, of bringing along some of these young players. If you look at the game today, Sargent steps in. He's ready to take his chance. The game before, Timothy Weah, he's improved, it seems like, even in the last few months. So some of these young guys getting a chance, I think, has been big, and now it's the next coach, whoever it is, it's their job to try and build this into a cohesive group.
Positive, man. I like this. I feel like we ended on a real high here,
Susannah,
Calen Carr.
Just energy, it just brings it out of it.
Just filling this whole stadium right here. Guys, that's gonna do it for us here in Hartford, Connecticut. As always, thank you so much for watching. We want you to get in the comments. And you know what? I have been a little lax in getting back to these comments. But I'm gonna get back in there. I've had a lot going on, guys. Been on the road a lot. No excuses. But but please get in there. We want to hear from you. And Calen and I are gonna go drink some hot cocoa or something and warm our bones. Peace out.